But I want to talk about how you can guarantee yourself a good next few weeks. Right now in real time, it's the end of the year. So a lot of my clients are talking about how do I just get through the holiday season? How do I actually not just get through it? How do I make the most of it? How do I not feel like an entirely stressed out stress ball, especially at the end of a year of a pandemic, when I still have other life things that I want to have going on? It's a lot. And no matter where you are in space time watching this, I'm sure you have a lot going on. So being in that same boat myself, I am using this technique to prepare myself to make the most of the time ahead, not being a giant stress ball. And I thought it might be helpful for you too. So I want you to make a priority stack. There's 4 steps, 4 easy steps. First, I want you to decide what is my number 1 priority. I want you to be specific about a time frame. So not number 1 priority for the rest of time or until I finish. Get really, really specific and make your maximum 6 weeks. You know, it's a little bit of a challenge, but I promise it's so helpful. It makes all the difference. So decide what your number 1 priority is for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Then ask yourself the question, if this were my number 1 priority, at the end of this time frame, what would the ideal result be that I created? You're going to get so specific here. You're going to be a master of this by the end. The third thing you need to do is decide what your number 2 priority is. And then ask the same question. What is the ideal outcome of this being my number 2 priority for the next 3 weeks? This set of questions, creating this priority stack, is going to make all the difference in you feeling intentional and centered and on your own team in the coming weeks, as opposed to scattered and overextended and guilty. Because we get in our own ways here a lot of the time, right? With lots of suggestions available to us about how we should be spending our time and energy from society, our families. We let a lot of other people's opinions into our heads about this, you know? I want to give you full permission to decide what is important to you at this time, whatever time this is for you. And final note, let your priorities be different than your values. Your values get to be your values however long you want them to be your values. If you have family close to your heart right now, if it's a core value of yours, delicious. Keep it. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be one of your top 2 priorities for the next 3 weeks. You might want to make it one of them, which is great. Still get specific about a time frame and an ideal result though. What would the ideal result be if you really did decide, all right, my family's my number 1 priority for the next 2 weeks. What does that look like? Get specific, it'll be fun. And give yourself permission to not make them your number 1 priority if you indeed have a different ideal result that you would experience in your life at the end of this 2-week period or whatever we're talking about. I really hope this exercise helps you kind of de-escalate some drama about where you're spending your time and where you should be spending your time and how in the world we're supposed to honor all of these commitments that we need in our lives these days. Separate your priorities from your values and get really, really specific with your top 2 priorities. What's your time frame and what's your ideal result? It's going to make all the difference. You're going to guarantee yourself a good next few weeks. And if you're watching this real time, happy holiday season, wherever you are. And if you're watching this in June, happy June holiday season, whatever. I will see you next week. And don't forget, there's free coaching every week in the Facebook group. So if you want to take these ideas and apply them to your real life, your real goals and your real challenges, I can help you with that. It's my most favorite thing to do. So come join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/KP Coaching. I'll see you there. Bye.